In today's video, we're going to go behind the scenes and provide commentary to our video for Hutton Roof National Nature Reserve. This was the first location of many to our visit to Cumbria and the Lake District to visit family. Straight off the bat, I'm going to give you some behind the scenes information. When we actually went to this location, we thought we were going to Farleton Knott, which is just the next area over. We even followed the signpost and got going on the trail. Then we realised we took a wrong turn along on many of the trail roads and found that we were actually ending up in the nature reserve. Not every trail goes to plan, but you can turn a journey into something great. But if you've watched the video previously, this destination has some areas not suitable for dogs, so keep that in mind. Let's look at the footage and provide some information, or be entertained. And maybe we can learn from this video and help with the next one. Let's have a look. As always, a brief look at the intro. This one's only 3-4 seconds long. I appear from a rock and I watch Christian Vallo go by. The reason I use this shot is because it's an absolute brilliant representation of the trail that you'll be going through. You've got the rocks, you've got the woodland areas, you've got the flora everywhere, and it's just a great mold of your basic surroundings, and it's a great way to introduce the video and go into the coming up scene. So let's have a look. Very brief, sets the tone, and here's the coming up. I want it very quick, very snappy, and with this I just go from shot to shot, from area to area to show all the different surroundings. It's so varied, this walk, and I wanted people to experience that. Yeah, and of course I just want to touch upon the fact that Vallo did get a bit scared due to the terrain. The map, quite a very basic map this time round, obviously because we went around this rocky area and then made our great escape. I've paused it here at this scene because when I got to the editing room and I looked at all the footage, there was a lot of from one area to the next, and it was almost very rapid. And I thought to myself, if my footage looks this rapid and it's going from area to area very rapidly, I want to do that for the audience. I want to show them, almost tease them constantly, image after image after image after image, and zoom them all the way through and think to myself, wow, there's just so much variance here. There's so much going on. I want to project that, to the audience. So yeah, you're going from woodland area, you're going to go from, the rockery, and then it peers through the trees, opens it up, and then I start introducing myself in the video. I will say this as well, it was quite a cloudy day, so this is the first video where I actually took part in doing color grading and tried to do a little bit of work. As you can see, going through each of the woodland areas, it's quite dark, it gets a bit cloudy, and I wanted to project a bit more colour into the scenes. Like I said, I do this as a hobby, I'm a complete amateur, and you've got to at least try and develop your skills along the way. Oh, that's a beautiful shot. Very brief B-roll there, but I like that. And I think I've got to the point now where my style is I like to keep people on a journey going through a destination, A to B, C to D, etc. But I want to peer through the scenery individually. Other people kind of do it disjointed, out of order. I'd like to do it in order, but I also like to keep teasing you with B-roll of our journey while actually trying to tell a story and tell, the story of our journey. And I want people to maybe recreate that. That's my hope, maybe. Now I'm going to talk about this shot as it plays out, because I kind of like this. It's a strange shot. Obviously I'm stumbling down this path, and I want to just zoom in and then change the scene quite rapidly, and I do that as well with the music. As you can feel, the music changes up, I peer over the rocks and I turn the journey on again, from less stumbling, and I'm again just changing from area to area to area. And then there's another self shot of here, me behind rockery now. Where's the woodland area, where's that gone? And you can see now that the woodland area and the rockery join together to form, the landscape. You've got this piercing shot there, transporting us around. I had fun with it. A lot of my content is very disjointed because of my lack of experience. But what I've started to find to do is combinations of the shots, disjointed or not, traveling and transporting you through the terrain. Now, this video is very important to me. Now, as an amateur with no editing experience and doing this as a hobby around my full-time job, learning experiences and time to improve oneself are quite limited. But in this video I took the time to actually start learning color grading, improving the quality of some of my shots, But it is also one of the first videos that I actually added some photos. Normally Christy does the photos, puts it on Instagram, and I do the footage to make videos and learn to edit. But in this one, I did the combination of it because I did some practice editing on some photos to help me understand color grading. Now, they're not the best, but allowing to put those photos into the footage on top of the actual scene of where those photos were taken was quite an important one. I actually really enjoyed this shot. Now, let me know in the comments what you think about this shot and how I can improve about it. I don't mind constructive criticism. I'm all learning and I'll help to improve. Alright, let's look at the shot. So this is what was important. Obviously, Christy in the backdrop is taking the shots. The images I took, I've edited and placed them onto the screen. And it's almost like, a quick brief introduction to that relaxing photo shoot. And then it moves on. I think the music choice in here was very different for me. I'm normally like country rock, quite nice, but I went with a bit more of a dance electronic theme this time around because I needed something with a lot more pace. I needed to obviously keep people entertained with not being overwhelmed by guitars and drums, etc. But also keep it peaceful, relaxing, high-paced, and enjoyable. And I think that projected it quite well in the music choices. So this is what I was talking about at the very beginning about this being quite disjointed because we were supposed to end up in another journey and we got quite lost. So I added this effects in and then split the scene right into the fact that we found a new destination. We got to the trig point, exploring the view of the sea, etc. So I had to do another entirely new shift into the storytelling because we found a new destination and I wanted to project that into the scene and then pushes on along onto the next lot of the journey. So I do go rapidly there from scene to scene, and it almost feels like Christie's exploring, we were a bit lost. And I wanted to actually have that come across in the video. She's going left, she's going right, she's going up, she's going down, and suddenly she appears past the camera. And then we get this scene. This is important because I go on these destinations with Christian Vallow and we explore together, but we all want to remain safe. He was terrified. He almost got his paws stuck in the rocks. It wasn't safe, so we tried everything and everything to get him down these rocks, safe and back on the trail. And it was important for me to explain that. Because at the end of the day, if I take somebody here, who's watched my videos and they come to this area and it's not safe for dogs, then I've not done them a service. I want them to know that there are certain areas that dogs might not find safe or comfortable. Now, I can't believe I actually kept this last little bit of the scene where I basically say, oh, it probably looks like crap behind me. It's a beautiful woodland area, but I had no idea because it was almost a sense of urgency. I need to get this last line in because Valo's a bit shaken up and I need to get back to the car, get him calmed down and safe.
Outtakes, bloopers,
so
and fun
I had no idea what
journey.
was in the backdrop.
Don't take life too serious.
And there we go, outtakes and bloopers. Almost all my footage is me, just breathing, rattling, carrying equipment. The amount of audio I have to remove is crazy. Yeah, you can have a nice photo. That photo would probably take an hour to shoot because he's just dying for treats. Christy slipping. It's normally me. See, I love that. I was just shooting footage because we were lost and I didn't even realize the camera was on. And I was just projecting towards Christy. And she actually says that phrase because we were lost. Resident Evil quote, we're all going to die down here because we're lost in the wilderness. What's going to happen next? Yeah, typical. I wear shorts everywhere I go, so I get pricked and poked and prodded. Oh, my ankles, they ended up just cut and bruised. This made me laugh. I actually by accident took footage of Christy complaining about the ferns. And then I think it's basically a few minutes later, we were just knee deep in ferns. It really amused me and allowed those two scenes to gel very nicely. So that was a brief look behind the scenes and commentary of our video for Hutton Roof National Nature Reserve. It was an absolute amazing day out, but such a learning experience as well, both from in terms of hiking, it was an unknown destination we didn't know much about, and you're going to find out that some destinations are not suitable for dogs, but you learn from those experiences. It was also a video in which I learned quite dramatically in terms of my editing skills. Now, being this as a hobby, I don't have overly much time to improve, so it has been a gradual experience. But with this video, I took the time to work on my pacing, going from fast to slow, my storytelling to ensure that they got the fact that we're on an unknown destination, we got lost, and Valo was scared, and we obviously took him to safety, and then playing around with the color grading and skills. Now, fair enough, this is a beginning experience and there's lots of room for improvement. But that's part of the journey, both physically getting out there and then when you get to the editing room. Now in the comments, let me know what you liked about this video and the journey, or what I could improve upon next. I hope to see you in the next video in our journey around the Lake District in Cumbria. We really appreciate you staying till the end. Consider liking this video and checking out our other content. If you want to see future content, consider subscribing and checking out Valo's Instagram. Details are in the description. Want to get more journey insights? Try this video. All the best on your journey, and until the next video, goodbye now.